Thank you for not skipping ads sa mga videos namin.
And thank you for subscribing as VVIPs.
Dahil dyan, makakapagbigay tayo sa ating Beneficiary of the Month.
Ang Save the Children Philippines. Save the Children, the world's leading independent children's organization, has been working in the Philippines for over 4 decades and is dedicated to transforming children's lives and the future we share.
We help communities, children, and families co-design solutions to address lack of access to learning, undernutrition, and diseases and threats to personal safety.
So if you want to be a VVIP, subscribe at ang walangkwentangpodcast.com.
Salamat mga generous and pretty naming mga ka-eme!
And even the producers. But at the very least, umabot ako to the point na pagpasok ko, dumaan na sila ng stroke, mini-stroke, ganyan-ganyan. Mababait na sila.
Mabait na sila. Converted na sila.
So lahat ng kwento ng mga mentors ko, meron kang example
Except Iro,
of,
I think he's always happy with what he's doing.
Oo, he's very no?
Hindi,
Ang ganda ng
hindi.
mga post mo, no? So,
Hindi, kailangan ko ng trabaho. Kaya naman wala kaming trabaho eh. Kasi
oh,
kinuha
kasi
mo
inuubos mo na lahat, di ba?
Hindi. It looks ridiculous. It actually looks like you. Tapos parang sabi ko, alam mo yung nanginginig yung dito ko, tapos pagtingin ko, yung buong prod, nakikinig pala. So lalo kang Tapos parang naiyak ako nun, tapos sabi ko, sige ba direk gagawan kong paraan? Tapos I learned, nakatulog ako sa ilalim ng
Live at Basta Cafe, Kamuning Film Club presents an informal roundtable conversation among 3 filmmakers.
Pero dahil hindi bilog ang table namin, tawagin natin itong kanto.
Hiro, ano ang production design sa'yo?
Ba't ako?
Ba't ikaw na si gilid eh.
Sige, medyo malaki siya i-define, no? Academically. Yes.
Okay, ikaw.
By the book, I would say, production design is everything that you see inside the frame. Yun yung typical na i-assume natin for now. But it's really beyond that. So, it's world building, it's visual communication, it's a lot of, how designers play with emotions and whatsoever. Yun. At least to what I teach in Benil. Yun siya.
Ganun bala yun? Eh, ikaw.
Ako yung nagtanong eh, huwag mong babalik sa akin.
Adding to sinabi ni Aero, write storytelling through visuals, through design. Nagko-complement tayo dun sa kwento or nagdadagdag tayo ng layers dun sa kwento via props on the table, colors on surfaces, everything. It's what you see on the screen. Hindi siya nagko-call out ng attention, na-absorb mo siya unconsciously, but it tells you a story, it gives you a feeling, an emotion, a mood. And if you capture that emotion via all the visual elements na nakikita mo, color, lighting even, then you capture the essence of the story. That's us telling you that layer of the story. Not just through audio, not just through sound. So pati yung visual. Yes po.
Nahiya naman ako sa sinabi ko.
Siyempre, sinagot nila yung mga isasagot ko. So, parang, hindi, ako, may third ako. Kasi, parang I think Iro was stating about forms and how a form is being presented to you. So, it's up to you if you're going to think it looks great or it's not. Kasi that's essentially picking, are you the right audience for what we designed and how we designed it? And then you started talking about the storytelling and the purpose of things and how you're actually trying to narrate that. Which is, when you see a form, let's say you go to a museum, ay, ang ganda, di ba? Anong story? And then you start to go deeper. But to me, the third point of design is, I guess, yung social critical theories. Why design? If I design it, it's never going to be the same as how you would design it. Kasi yung individual perspective mo is what connects to other people, which is feeling ko emotions. So dyan pumapasok yung taste, yung aesthetics, na feeling ko, that's why the process of design also takes time. The same way as writing, it's just that yung sa amin comes in a tactile, tangible form. So I feel yung tatlong yon, yung form, yung story at saka yung feelings is what makes us, I guess, important in the industry. And I thank you.
Sabi ko.
Ang struggle namin is that parang it's always about taste. When in fact, there's so many other things that actually involve making a script. Lalo na pag hindi mo gusto yung story, tapos wala kang pambayad ng kuryente.
Ay. Which always happens dito sa atin. Kasi
Right.
I was talking to a group of Korean filmmakers sa opening ng Korean. They had this big historical movie last year sa Korea. Ang ganda ng details, ang ganda ng magkano yung budget nila? 11 million US dollars.
Budget na ng Pilipinas.
Budget ng Pilipinas na yun ng buong industry, di ba? So, pero for one film lang yun sa kanila. Struggle sa atin, just telling all our stories. Hindi natin napupush probably yung gusto natin na kwento. Medyo limited tayo. But then, yeah, resilient nga daw tayo, di ba? As a culture, as a people.
I would tell my students, there's no such thing as budgeted film. Even Star Wars is low budget.
Everything is low budget.
Kasi like, I mean, I learned yung, alam mo yung scene na maraming scavenger, yung mga may Ewoks, yun yung excess nung magagandang scene. They were trying to just parang repurpose.
Everything.
Ano pwede natin gawin sa basura na to? Ba't ang world na basura lang yung world? I think that kind of like answers the realization, the difference between art and design. Art kasi should be taken the way it was created by the creator, whereas design is a solution to a problem. So it goes beyond aesthetics. Kasi parang kung aesthetics lang, o di, ang dami sa SM.
Hindi pwedeng maganda lang siya.
At saka, ano ba ang maganda?
Problem solving, this is what you also learn sa visual communication. We're really just also solving problems and then pushing up a message, a communication idea sort of thing. Maraming designers dinadaanan, for example, si Wes Anderson. When you say a Wes Anderson film, it's very aesthetic. There's a certain style to it. A lot of people don't realize that he works with different designers all the time. So it's his aesthetic as a director in the film. But then you have Adam Stockhausen who worked with him on Budapest, for example. Paglipat ni Adam Stockhausen dun sa ibang director kay Steven Spielberg sa Ready Player One, iba na yung look ng pelikula niya dun sa isa. Because hindi naman niya necessarily ipupush yung sarili niya as a designer to the material because the material calls for this kind of aesthetic or style or design or storytelling, whatever. Meron siyang dinadala na all his experience as a person, as a designer, to his projects. Pero hindi siya naka-lock din to a certain style. That's it's different for art in the art world. Yun yung style nila. Pero when you say a production designer for film, wala kaming one style. Because we play with all the styles that is required also of the film.
Meron pa rin tayong biasness.
Meron tayong mga bias. Kung papansinin mo yung mga natin, mapopoint out ko yung bias.
And I think that's called style. Diba? When you put your film side to side, makikita mo yung pattern or yung behavior. Pero nag-iiba-iba siya because iba-iba yung storytelling. Not unless you work for the same director, which is often happening to us, diba? We get to work with the same directors because, well, for me, I don't think I'm being hired by the same directors because of the style. It's really more of the relationship.
Yeah.
Because most directors need empathy. Walang director na confident before doing anything, and they really gain confidence from their cinematographer and their designers. I remember si Tonet nung ginawa namin yung Otwal, and that was On the Wings. So, parang yung first time niyang TV. Parang 5 beses niyang tinatanong, okay na ba to? Okay na to? Okay na yan. Diba? And I learned na parang hindi natatapos kasi yung conversation sa ano na yan. Kailangan mo ma-rationalize.
Yeah.
De, okay yan kasi uso to ngayon. And then it stops there. So parang feeling ko, yung design, hindi natin alam lahat ng sinasabi natin, especially if we're coming from a story that we don't know. So when design takes place, yun yung full confidence of you trying to say, bayaran yung pelikula namin, maganda to. And if you don't get to do that, it becomes... I mean, kahit ako parang galing Daiso yun eh. Maganda yun, mabili mo sa National Bookstore dahil kita siya.
Correct.
Anyway, we get to see every mistake that we did in a film and we never wanna talk about it. Kaya diba, pag nagkakamustahan tayo sa film, basta yung film mo, okay naman, ano stylist? Next question na agad. Kasi nga parang lahat, I think as a creative, you're never going to be happy with what you came up with.
I think that's part of being a designer, no? Parang
Harsh.
you will always be harsh with your own work. Meron kang example
Except Iro, I
of,
think he's always happy with what he's done.
Oo, it's very no?
Hindi,
Ang ganda ng
hindi.
mga post mo, no? So,
Hindi, kailangan kasi kailangan ko ng trabaho.
ganun ba yun?
Kaya naman wala kaming trabaho eh. Kasi
Oo,
kinuha
kasi
mo
inuubos mo na lahat, di ba?
Hindi. Ako hindi ko nire-rewatch yung gawa ko eh.
Ganun ka-traumatic.
Oo, to be honest, may ganun siya minsan. Parang, for me kasi, kapag production designer ka, a lot of it, syempre, ang nakikita nila ayaan. Pero hindi nila alam yung nangyari kasi sa likod.
Yeah.
So a lot of it, medyo traumatizing din at a certain level, depending on maybe wala ka bang budget or wala kang oras. And usually, it's us finding a solution or buying everyone else time, convincing them that this is good enough for you. And apart from that one, becoming an HR for the art department.
Yeah.
Minsan napapanood mo siya, okay, syempre pag nakita nila yan, ang ganda or ang pangit ganyan, pero hindi nila ever malalaman kung ano yung nangyari. Paano tayo nakarating doon.
Anong dinaanan
Hindi
mo?
nila alam na nag-abona ka ng 1,000,000 para lang ilabas, para manganak yung design na yan or whatsoever, yung mga ganun.
Pero I guess I learned to be kinder to myself. Usually, the year after one film is finished, and then I go watch it, and then I hate it. And then, tipong mga 5 years after, and I go watch it, parang, maganda pala siya, no? So, medyo mas mabait na ako sa sarili ko kasi marami na din ako ibang pelikulang dinaanan that I tried to improve myself from that year one of watching the last film. And then I tried to improve in the next film. Now, I'm just understanding na, okay, my choices then was like, I was young, so to speak. I've improved better. Pero ngayon, babalikan ko yung first film na yon. Parang okay naman pala yung mga decisions ko. Medyo pwede na akong mamatay na knowing na I did my best that time. And then I've improved on my succeeding films. Hindi naniniwala. Nag-iisip siya.
Hindi kasi yung, well, I guess, in context to form, yung form kasi yung lagi natin i-criticize, diba? Na parang, I had, once upon a time, I had a fixation with Andy Warhol's pop art perspective, not form, but the idea of pop art, and then Wong Kar-wai's lighting. And these come in forms naman, yung parang mix-mix yun eh. Pero if there's anything that I feel, as I look back in my 2 years of experience, ayaw nila mag-agree. Gago kayo ha. So parang feeling ko, ano siya eh, ang hindi nag-change yung weight, yung issues mo, yung patterns kung paano ka mag-decide, ba't mo ginawa yun. Mag-change yung form, mag-change yung storytelling skills mo.
Yeah.
Pero yung personality mo kung ano yung nagmamatter sa'yo, ba't mo nilalagay yun, I feel like it doesn't change. It's deeply rooted to how your mother would scold you in the morning.
Yes.
It's deeply rooted with your perceptions with your father and the business of your family. Like, lahat yun deeply ingrained sa ginagawa mo. Parang, for me, ang laking contribution ng tatay ko na nagbubok design. So, pag hindi pantay ito. Parang, di ba, sa text, pag nagle-layout ka yung adjustment ng konti kasi naiilang ka na hindi siya pantay. And then I realized, ako lang yun. Akala ko that's a standard for all designers to namangate pag hindi pantay. So OCD thing, like yan, tinan nyo, skwalado yan. Diba? Pero hindi yun normal until I met a decorator called Bianca na parang magluluto ng pinakbet, isang chop lang lahat, diretso agad dun sa kalan. And then when you look at it, mas maganda tignan yun versus yung baby boomer mentality ng cooking na dapat lahat fine chop. Kasi pag fine chop, masipag ka, mabuti kang tao, magaling kang ina, yung ganyan na parang, pero yung lasa niya pareho lang. So parang yung, di ba? So pag naiintindihan mo yung rustic cooking na one chop, toss it in.
It's always an everyday decision kasi I do understand yung you have staff who you collaborate with all the time and then they will do
Change your
certain
opinion
things.
mo, no?
Pero minsan gumaganon yung loob mo na parang wait, hindi. Pero wala nang oras mag-ano kasi magte-take na, ganyan-ganyan. Pero then it's healthy to always push for something that would look better on screen. So, palagi tayo nag-a-adjust ng ano. Kasi kami as designer, we work with a whole team. Everyone is valuable, so we listen also to them. So, meron sila mga certain things that would be more efficient. But then maybe, kung i-distill mo, logistics yung finifix sila. But at the end of the day, design mo ang lalabas kasi. So if kung pasado sa'yo yung ginawa nila as a designer, putting a designer lens, then well and good. Pero kung hindi yun aakma sa philosophy in life,
Right.
babaguhin mo muna yung gagawin nila bago mag-roll yung camera. And then,
Right.
because ang mali natin is hindi tayo nakabantay minsan sa monitor. Na mali na nalagay na prop dyan na naikot lang ng konti. Mangangati ka na for the rest of your life kasi yun yung na-record.
Tsaka hindi mo nakukunin yung nag-ikot na yun.
Kasi meron mga ganyan na parang nausog lang yan na dahil inusog na crew kasi dito maglalagay ng ilaw, whatever, na mali na. So, and then na-record na siya on film. And then it's immortalized. Yung parang,
Super tutok ba kayo sa frame?
Ako tutok ko sa frame.
nagbabawas na ako ng tutok sa frame.
Ang sarap kasi nung hindi ka natutok sa frame.
I learned to trust my art director and my set
Right,
decorator.
kasi parang for me, the frame is the end product of your idea.
Oo. Pero it's an alive eh. It's a living idea that people can still add to it.
And I started to learn that that's why you're called the art department. Because
Yeah.
parang if I created the idea and babantayan ko yung frame, and I've had this philosophy even before that I think a lot of directors didn't like.
Yes,
Kasi
correct yan.
bayad kami per day. So parang, asan ba si Dico? Parang ako, ano kailangan mo? Di ba pinag-usapan na natin ito? Ang gusto makatabi tayo. Ang ganda. Diba? Yun yung kailangan mo. Pero parang I kind of like realized, hindi mag-work or hindi sustainable sa industry natin yung babantayan ko yung frame. Kasi ako rin yung nag-isip. So ang mangyayari, everyone's going to be like, alam mo yung working with like a boss that's micro, na parang...
Oh, nagiging micro tayo kung nakaupo
Oo.
tayo sa monitor. Yun yung natutunan ko din sa'yo actually, and kay Ade.
Bakit sa akin?
Ako nanonood pa
Kasi
din ako
ikaw
sa
yung
monitor eh.
Oo, pero
Magkaedad lang
natuto
tayo,
ako ng letting go. Letting go during the shoot. Kasi I think ang trabaho natin, tama naman na we're designing things, colors, selections. Yung sinasabi namin na nagbabantay ng frame, ang PD, tapos na yung trabaho niya even before day one shoot starts.
Right.
Because yung production design
dinesign
was
na natin eh. Nag-ayos na tayo
ready on
ng deck,
paper.
binili na yung gamit, may plano na yung team na, ito yung setup natin. So pagdating sa monitor actually, as long as all the elements are there, kahit na ibang position yan, pwede natin yan bitawan.
Which brings me back to the issue financially. Kasi hindi well invested yung productions enough with the economy of design. We are bound to stay on the camera kasi that's the only time we have left. When in fact, if it's well planned, diba, we're also given the time to really just plan it out and hire the right people to help us frame it. Pero feeling ko, diba, na-normalize na ng film industry yung ang PD ay tagagalaw ng gamit. Imbes na taga-isip ng how to give birth to that taste, idea, form, and
I think,
narrative.
just talking more about it, kailangan natin din talaga siya i-push.
Paano ka ba nag-start muna in the industry?
Nag-work ako sa MTV Philippines. Back in the days na yun yung pinaka-coolest thing to do. Diba? Parang ang buhay namin noon, nanonood lang kami ng TV pag top 10. Number 1 ngayon, yung ganyang banda, diba? So parang for me, ang artista ko, ang context ko ng influencer noon, bands or gigs are our world noon. So, siyempre, doon ako sa pinaka-cool na person. So, MTV noon, I used to work with, first director na ko-work ko si Marla Ancheta noon. And then, who's probably done like 300 music videos, probably. And then, I started meeting people in the industry. Kasi, I remember my budget then was like 2,000 pesos per music video, including my TF.
Inflation, ha?
Grabe. So, isipin nyo guys, pag nakaka-receive ako ng 20,000,
Yaman-yaman mo na, no?
yaman ko noon, di ba? So parang kaya nakakagalit pag may mga bata, ano pa, 2,000 lang, paling kita dyan, yung budget ko.
Meron akong ganung feeling.
Di ba, may ganun na kayong parang pag may mga new generation ngayon na parang, what about our communications budget? Parang, akin pa yun?
Alam, parang ako yun.
Tapos parang nagko-cross-pollinate na ako ng ibang industries. Like, I would try weddings, I would try events. Pero yun, until I met somebody in... Rumakit akong food stylist sa mga cooking shows before. Tapos I met one producer na sinabing, gusto mo mag-film? Sabi ko, mas malaki ba budget doon?
Hindi.
And then, I guess it was more of the craving for doing more. And then my first was X44. But back then, yung PD ko pa noon, si Dante Nico Garcia na director ng Pluning. So, I kind of mentored under him. He taught me processes handling people. And then I started working na with Chito Ronyo na, I think, yun na, doon ako naging soldier. Parang kailangan like organize. And then, yeah, parang the first few projects I've done were all fantasy. Yun yung time na, di ba, Ronin, Lastic Man, Encantadia, sabay-sabay yan eh. Lahat sila high production design. So wala kang choice, di ba? So nung, kaya nag-seizure ako nung On the Wings of Love eh. Parang, okay na. Kasi nga sanay ka na parang may alien, may spaceship. Tapos biglang maghahalikan lang. Tapos,
Yun na yun.
so parang may mali. Mapapagalitan ako mamaya. Yung ganong deny. But yun, I guess the rest is history kasi parang you started meeting, people from India na and all these things. So yun, parang I realized I fell in love with the problem solving. When in fact, I was never film. I was fine arts. I was more in painting. But also poverty issues, yung gusto mong rumakit. Ano rarakit mo sa painting kung wala namang So taga-stretch lang ako ng frame ng mga classmate kong mayaman. Pero parang...
Or gagawin yung assignment nila, tapos babayaran ka ng 500 pesos.
Yeah, parang generally it was me hopping for more problems. I was looking for more pain. Na parang what's more complicated. So yun, and then you visited advertising, film, TV series. I guess parang it was a never-ending relationship with how every work has no way of doing it. And then you kind of like fix your
You have to figure
process.
out.
What was yours?
Of course, interest in film, nagsimula yun. I remember yung shift ng Star Cinema movies then. I was more of course, a Hollywood person as a kid, growing up with Goonies and Steven Spielberg and all of that. Pero nung lumabas ang Star Cinema, and then nagkaroon sila ng crane in their shots, parang, gumanon ako, no? Biglang may pa-crane down yung mga Star Cinema movies. Tapos parang from all the Seiko Regal films in the 80s na ADR yung dialogue, biglang nag-shift ang Star Cinema, live audio recording. So doon ako na parang na-engganyo na parang, ang ganda nung pelikula ngayon ng Pinoy. So, I wanted to be a filmmaker from high school, pero it wasn't a career I thought I would push for. So, umikot-ikot ako sa college until nahulog din ako eventually sa fine arts. And then, nabuhay balik yung gusto ko na maging director.
Oo nga, hindi tayo film.
Hindi tayo film, fine arts tayo. Yun yung na-realize ko sa PD Kasi lahat ng pinaggagawa ko, nag-choir ako, nag-youth group ako, nag-photography. Nag-archi pa ako. Hindi ako pumasa ng Math 3, 11, Physics 71, binagsak ko yan lahat, Genetic Eng. So kaya nag-fine arts ako. Pero lahat yun pala learnings yun sa akin as a person. Nagamit ko as a PD. So anywho, na-realize ko din later on na lahat ng mentors ko on cinema were production designers. So you have Cesar Hernando, who's my professor in materials, but then who was really our tatay-tatay. Pag may premiere sa Cinema Manila, kami yung dinadala niya doon. Tapos yung college sec namin at time si Leo Abaya, who was the PD of Jose Rizal. Pero lahat ng interactions namin dito sa mga taong to, about life, wow, in general.
Emotional.
Ganon, about life in general, about film in general, pero hindi dahil PD. Kasi ganun gumalaw yung PD. Buhay, experience, ang kailangan namin maintindihan to put into the design.
be there.
But and then, nung natapos ako ng college and I did my short films and all of that, so ang traction namin was going for for film talaga. So nakilala namin si Ticoy Aguiluz. Tapos sabi nung kasama namin, gusto mo mag-intern sa isang PD kasi mukhang pwede ka sa PD. Ano ba yung PD? Pelikula na ako noon pero hindi ko alam kung ano yung PD. So sinabi niya, gusto mo bang mag-intern under a PD?
PD.
Oo. So, sige. Ganyan. So, punta ka dito sa garden, ganyan, kilalanin mo, si Dante Mendoza. So, sino si Dante Mendoza? Siya lang naman si Brillante Mendoza. Diba? So, nag-intern ako, apprentice, and then eventually, art director niya ako for a few years. So, siya yung next mentor ko, si Brillante. As a production designer. Bago siya nag-director. Nung naging director siya, ako yung naging easy transition na PD niya in his films. So, ganun yung start ko. Pero, ayun, ikaw, how are you?
So ako naman, nag-film school ako nung college. Tapos, hindi ko gusto.
Yaman-yaman.
Iniwasan ko actually mag-production design. Hindi ko siya gusto just because alam ko na matrabaho siya and pang masipag siya and pang matalino
Gusto mo
siya.
yung body language natin.
So, nung high school, medyo fond of writing ako sa publication. Gusto ko maging writer. So, nung nag-college ako, gusto kong, mahilig ako sa pelikula, so gusto kong magsulat for film. Writing talaga yung gusto ko. And then, eventually, I think around second year college, I think nalaman ng classmates ko na nagpe-paint din ako, just for hobby. Hindi ako necessarily magaling mag-paint, pero ano siya, yung family ko kasi nagpe-paint sila. So parang nadadamay ka, nahahatak ka, gawin mo din to, ganyan, whatsoever. So meron din ako experience in a way when it comes to painting. So some of my classmates would say, oh, ito yung si Ero, nagpe-paint siya, ilagay nyo sa art dep. Yung art dep nyo, ganun gagawin.
Hindi na natin i-mention na yung lolo mo si Carlos Botong Francisco, national artist of the Philippines. Hindi na, no? Hindi na, sige. Okay. Oo, magaling ka lang naman mag-paint.
Hindi. Wait na rattle ako din. Tawag dito, gusto ko maging writer kasi. So, yung classmates ko, nilagay nila akong art dep every time sa lahat ng project. As in, and when I say art dep sa film school, ikaw lahat yun. Ikaw nagdadamit. Minsan ikaw pa nagbe-makeup. Ikaw lahat. Basically, ikaw yung production design and art department as one person. Yun siya. Tapos, nung graduate ako, so alam ko nga sa sarili ko na pang matalino to, pang masipag, iniwasan ko siya. So nag-apply ako as editor. Nag-apply ako sa commercial production house as an editor. Then may friend ako na during nag-edit ako, nag-work siya as PA sa General Luna, which is your project. Yun siya. Eh nung time na yun, bored na bored ako as an editor. Kasi syempre, pag editor ka, most of the time nasa office ka eh. Very routine yung ginagawa ko. So sabi, in-invite niya ako na baka gusto ko daw mag-apprentice dun sa production designer namin sa General Luna. Which is, ikaw.
Pero di ba doon ka nag-apply sa kanya una?
Huwag mo lang i-bring up.
Tapos, eventually, ang sabi sa akin nung friend ko si Selena, nag-agree daw ako. Tapos sabi ko, shit, anong gagawin ko dito? Mag-resign ba ako? Chinek ko yung bank account ko, wala akong pera. Sabi ko gano'n, hindi, sorry, Selena. Magpapass muna ako. Nag-go through about 6 months na editor pa din ako. And then nalaman nung boss ko sa demo reel ko na nag-production design ako for Thesis Films. Eh walang budget yung yung kumpanya namin. Sabi niya, pero gusto mo bang i-try mag-PD for commercials? Sabi niya ganyan. Para lang, sabi mo last time kasi naghahanap ko pa ng ibang outlet. So nag-gaslight ako dito. Ganun yung nangyari. So pumayag ako. Tapos dumating sa point na tinatanong ako, kunyari, gawa ka ng cost estimate. So wala akong idea. Wala akong idea of structure. Kasi ang alam ko lang from film school is kung paano mag-mock-up. Hindi siya necessarily how a production design team is structured. Ganun siya. Game naman ako. Then another 6 months, by 2015, sabi, naka-survive ako. Eventually, nag-resign ako. Tapos sabi ko, ayoko talaga itong trabaho to. Sabi ko ganun. Pang masipag talaga siya. So, nalaman ko na may workshop si Bing Lao. So, nag-Bing Lao ulit ako for writing. Tapos that went through for 1 year na nag-apprentice ako sa kanya as a writer. Tapos, si Brillante Mendoza kasi, pag may bago siyang film, pinapa-workshop niya yung team niya kay Sir Bing.
Yes.
Apparently, pina-workshop niya si Hardy Alcacid, which I met dun sa Found Story screenwriting workshop, na naging mentor ko for production design. So just to give you an idea, si Sir Hardy, magkasabay ata kayo kay Direk Dante
Yes.
as art director, ganyan, something like that. Kinuha niya akong art director. So, nag-work ako for commercials to finance myself to become a writer. Tapos, nag-art director ako kay Sir Hardy. Ganun yung nangyari.
Ayaw ka ng writing, no?
Ayaw ako ng writing. Kaya after nun, I think, mas murang version ni Sir Hardy. Pag hindi nila afford si Sir Hardy, kunin mo si Ero. Ganun yung nangyayari. So eventually, some projects ni Sir Hardy, instead na mapunta sa kanya, napupunta sa akin. Hanggang sa eventually, nagkahiwalay na kami. Nagkaroon siya ng bagong art director, nagkaroon na ako ng sarili kong team. And then,
Tapos pareho na kayo ng TF ni Hardy ngayon. Uy, grabe.
yun.
Totoo eh.
Hindi yun. So, ganun po ako naging production design.
Taray.
Ayun.
Ano pag-usapan na yung mentorship? Parang ano yung hinahanap nyo sa isa pagbuhay ng PB or story team? Parang paano kayo tumatanggap? Ano yung mga beginners, mistakes, yun yung nakikita nyo sa mga mentors?
Wala akong mentor na non-mentor na necessarily nag-PD. But then, nagstay sila, most of them, sa akin as
Sa
a
team.
staff. And what I realized different now compared to then when I was with Dante. Yung panahon na yun na ang art dep ay tinatawag lang as art dep in general. And then, depende kung ano yung task of the day, yun yung gagawin nila. The next day, pwedeng iba yung gagawin nila. Pwede sila mag-costume. Pero, sure, jack of all trades ang art dep, even ang PD himself. Ngayon kasi, nagta-transition tayo to, I don't really want to call it specialization in the art department, but it's really just falling into a better system of what an art director is supposed to do, what a set decorator is supposed to do, who's supposed to be on set and off set working. So lahat ng mga na-mentor ko, nahulog sila dun sa roles na yun, and then they got better with it, with every project that we are doing. And then I have intern sometimes na parang excited na excited mag-film, magtrabaho with me. And then, nung nagtrabaho na sila, they're very, very happy. Tapos mag-iiyak at the end of, parang, Sir, I'm really happy here, pero I realize I want to be a photographer. Or I want to be in graphics instead. And I don't want to do films anymore. So I have a lot also of na mentor ko noon. But then they realized themselves through the process of the work. So sino yung mga na-mentor mo?
Siyempre, onti pa lang.
Pero
Pero
kasi
I
sinasabi
think,
mo mas bata ka sa amin. Ha?
siguro maraming similar, I would say, sa akin na, ngayon kasi nagme-message na talaga yung mga tao na, pwede po bang mag-apprentice?
Nire-replyan mo sila?
Nire-replyan ko naman.
Galing-galing mo. Natuto kasi
Pero,
siya na
pero, nag-gets ko na din si Digo eventually. Kasi meron din akong mga eventually parang after 5 years, ay, di nag-message pala. Yung mga na-experience yun akong ganun. Pero I think it's a pattern na marami talagang hindi tumutuloy eventually once they try it with you. So parang may mga tao din na parang ganun din sa Mas Digo na nakikita ko, ay, ang galing nito. Ang ganda ng mata na parang innate na designer siya, ganyan. Tapos pagpasok, eventually, na-realize niya na ayaw na niya yung pelikula. Maraming ganung situation. So, ako, when it comes to getting mentees, medyo naging mapili kami ng art director ko, si Kim. Just because, na-realize ko, syempre yung generation yung Gen Zs na sila. Tapos nung time namin, naabutan ko kasi yun ko 24 hours. Nagta 36 hours, ganyan. Tapos feeling ko, not that I'm saying it's a good thing, but I feel like bumatak kami doon ni Kim. So may mga experiences kami na minsan siniisip namin, madali ito eh. Pero nahihirapan yung mentees namin to the point na magkukwit sila. So I think ang pinaka-hinahanap namin every time is yung tibay ng dibdib talaga. Every time na papasok ka. Kasi hindi naman sa tibay ng dibdib, willingness to learn. Parang tanggap ko, okay lang sa mapapatawad ko na siguro hindi ka marunong mag-design. Pwede natin yung aralin. Pwede natin matutunan yan somehow. Siyempre iba pa rin yung may mata talaga. Pero yung ayaw mo nang matuto, tapos madali kang masway or mahina yung dibdib in a way. Parang ganun yung idea. Madidishearten ka talaga every time. And kung matibay kasi yung dibdib mo and willing ka to learn, after nito, iyak lang ako today, tas after nun, sige. Anong kailangan kong gawin? Paano ko i-address? Ganun siya. Na kailangan, pag pumasok siya sa team, kailangan naiintindihan niya na maraming beses na mahihirapan tayo kasi magkakaibang situation ng isang project to another. Magkakaibang puzzle siya every time. Magkakaibang pag-iisip siya. Magkakaibang oras, budget, lahat yun.
Dahil nabanggit yung tibay ng dibdib, parang ano yung mga projects na nagpatibay ng dibdib?
Yung mga projects na feeling ko nagpatibay sa akin were also the times that I felt I keep doubting skills, diba? Like, because yun nga, the industry does not have the process ready for us to be able to articulate that. But the other day, I was with, old colleagues from nung ginawa namin yung musical na Emir kay Chito Ronyo, na isang taon namin ginawa.
Yeah.
So, lakas maka-avatar nun, diba?
Pero panood sa amin yun.
So, yun yung parang wala akong idea na yung pala ibig sabihin ng epic, di ba? Alam ko lang, basta walang tulugan to. Pero, yun nga, again, dahil medyo sadista ako at gusto ko ng mga problem-solving parang scenario. Yung musical kasi, parang paulit-ulit nyo siyang gagawin bago nyo siya i-shoot, di ba? So, there's gonna be lots of rehearsals, you're going to test if the fabric is correct because may ganitong move. And then, tsaka pa lang yung, iba pa yung mismong physical design, iba pa yung practical design, iba pa yung theories na pinakausap mo sa director mo. Pero I think yung nagpatibay sa akin is the never-ending disalignment elements ng lahat ng things, and at the end of the day, ikaw yung may kasalanan. Na parang, kung masyado kang opinionated, di ako pinaaral ng magulang ko sa ganitong eskwelahan para ganyantuhin mo, yung lalabas lahat ng lines sa katawan mo to defend yourself. But at the end of the day, ikaw yung gagawa nun eh. So parang it's not this, it's more of the things that you've done before. And that's actually the resilience that everyone creates, di ba? Pero parang wala na yung generation ngayon ng naninigaw, nananakit, may nananakit. May nambabato ng monoblock. Tapos ang nasabi ko lang nung time na yun, aray. Ganun lang. Hindi ko kaya lumaban eh. Kasi di ba, nung
Uy, pasalamat ako, hindi ako natapunan ng monoblock.
Ganito niya yung monoblock. Hindi naman sa akin, pero bato niya ng monoblock. Oh my God. Tapos gumulong siya, tumama siya dito. Tapos siyempre takot kami lahat pag nagagalit yung director. Sabi ko lang, aray. pero yun nga, the thing is, like, I think in my generation na, okay, ako na yung nagtuturo, I was cushioning them from that. I was kind of like putting a stop to that. Kasi ang natutunan ko nun is to fight back in a very negative manner na parang, pag ako natapos dito, di na ako makikita. Mga ganun ka motivated, pero hindi mo na-realize, no, he needed help. He was so frustrated that no one was helping him. I mean, being the bigger man, but paano ko gagawin yung kung hindi ako makakain, di ba? Or nagko-commute ka lang to Divisoria ng dalawang malaking bag na... I mean, all these things, parang feeling ko, crisis into opportunity. Parang lahat ng negativity makes you stronger pag na-change mo na to into good story. Kumbaga, nag-mutate na siya into great things. Pero ang harsh nung generation natin.
Ang harsh ng pinanggalingan natin.
So
kasi
parang bawal lang mababa EQ.
naabutan ko pa yung mga big directors from the 70s, 80s na...
Correct.
And even the producers. But at the very least, umabot ako to the point na pagpasok ko, dumaan na sila ng stroke, mini-stroke, ganyan-ganyan. Mababait na sila.
Mabait na sila. Converted na sila.
So lahat ng kwento ng mga mentors ko, parang, huy, terror yan. Even professors ko, mga terror. Pero nung dinaanan ko sila, medyo mabait na sila.
So ang lesson,
Ganun na lang siya, yung director kinukwento mo, nakaganon lang sa akin. Hindi na. So parang, pero I was aware of what could have happened if they were at their peak or at their healthiest. So, di ba? Eh di natapunan din ako ng monoblock noon. At the very least, yun, the biggest, I would say Luna. General Luna. Kasi yun yung first time bigla kaming sumabak ng isang historical movie. Kung sa'yo yung epic musical, historical movie na pagkalaki. And it was the biggest at that time. Of course, Jose Rizal was already done, which was bigger. So I consulted with Leo Abaya, how he worked on Rizal, so I could try to do that in Luna and all of that. Pero parang nung na-interview ko si Leo Abaya afterwards, ang dami niyang tao, ang dami niya, mas organized siya. And that's also, I was struggling pala with Luna in hindsight. Pero yun yung tumibay din yung ko na makipag-away pa ako ng producers kasi daw, bakit paubos na yung budget ko? Bakit hindi ko daw sinet up to on this time? Wait, marami pang ibang mga nangyari na hindi niyo naiintindihan. Meron pa kaming meme ni JP noon na parang i-email mo yan. Ganyan. Kasi lahat ng mga reklamo, just so the producers don't think na I'm doing a bad job. The decision making is different on the floor. I shift things to na makahabol because there are things that are happening down here na hindi naintindihan or alam ng producers nangyari. So then yun yung naging meme namin na i-email mo yan, ganyan. Pero malaking bagay yung formation ko as a designer, handling a big project. And then I handled my smaller projects later on much better because of the learnings from that na ayaw kong The other, of course, is Regal. Kasi si Mother Lily is a character. You love-hate relationship with ang industry kay Mother Lily. Pero ang dami kong natutunan sa kanya. Buti na lang, nga, again, is nung na-meet ko si Mother Lily and I was doing Shake, Rattle, and Roll, mas mabait na siya. Wala nang crossbar noon kasi mas magaan na yung mga telepono eh. Dati daw. Dati yung crossbar, di ba, ang bigat. Tapos mamamatay ka pag tatapon ng crossbar. Ngayon telepono, gaganon ka, wala, reaction mo lang, aray.
Mahal pa.
Ganyan. So, medyo safe na ako kay Mother Lily nun.
So sa generation mo na napakabait na ng lahat.
Correct. So, kumusta naman ang
Kasi
pag-accept
sa
ng
kanya
mga
pa lang,
bagay?
na-offend na ako. Parang sabi ko, bakit buhay pa kasi ako?
Ako, I would say meron pa din naman ngayon, pero siguro mas less harsh nga. Generally. But I guess it's also thank you for you guys. Wow! Meron akong one major nung starting ako sa commercials. So, just to give an idea, yung commercials kasi, in comparison to film, mahaba yung pre-prod kasi ng pelikula. So, kapag commercials, mabilisan siya. As in, 1 week, ganun lang. So, parang tumatay ka talaga ng design.
Umaano?
Sumusuka ka na lang. Sumusuka ka ng design. Ganun yung nangyayari. So, meron ako isang project for this brand. It's a burger product. Yung client, nagkaroon kami ng, magkakasunod to, feasibility meeting one day, the next day, PPM, and then the next day, shoot na. And because second project ko pa lang siya as a production designer dun sa in-house.
Pumayag ka nun?
Pumayag ako and I don't have any idea when it comes to structure. Tapos lahat ang hingin nila, sige po, yes po, yes po, yes po. Yes lang ako ng yes. Tapos to the point na meron lang akong one day to construct the kitchen and then source everything out. And meron lang akong isang art director. Tapos meron lang akong 4 na setman. And Halloween pala yun. So in-invite pa ako sa Halloween costume party ng friends ko na hindi ko napuntahan kasi 3 araw ako hindi natulog. Yun yung nangyari. Tapos dumating yung construction day. Ko-construct yung team ko. Tinawagan ko na yung nanay ko kasi hindi ko na kaya. And yung mom ko kasi interior designer siya. So sabi ko, pwede ka bang mag-facilitate dun sa construction ng shoot ko? Kasi kailangan ko mag-source pa ng other decorations. So ano siya, ang ginawa niya, plinan out niya. Hindi siya pumunta ng set, pero plinano niya. Tapos pinapadala niya yung mga tao, ganyan. Inuutos lang niya na inuutos. Which is what I learned recently, na mas ganun ang ginagawa ng production designer. Na you don't do it on your own. You can ask people to do it for you.
Delegation daw tawag doon.
Delegation. So I didn't know that before. Ang akala ko, ako dapat ang gumawa lahat. Dumating sa point na hindi ko alam na nag-schedule pala yung production house namin ng, anong tawag dito, yung set check with the agency and the client. Pagdating nila doon, naabutan nila ako nagpipintura. Pipintura ako ganyan. Tapos, sabi nila, they were disappointed kasi they weren't able to see the set. Pero isang araw lang yung meron ako. So, they weren't able to see the set. So, after nun, tinawagan ako incessantly nung boss ko. Sinasabi niya.
Spelling nun.
Sinasabi niya, Ero, I'm so disappointed that you weren't able to deliver to blah, 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 blah. As in, non-stop nag-ring yung phone ko. This is around 12 a.m. Magsushoot na in like 5 hours, ganyan. So, hindi ko pa tapos yung set. So, nag-break na lang ako, umiyak lang ako. Lumabas ako sa parking lot, umiyak ako. As in, umiyak ako ng umiyak. Tapos
Yung ba yung first mo umiyak ka?
Yun yung first na umiyak ako. Umiyak ako sa parking lot. Tinawagan ko yung tatay ko. Yung dad ko kasi arty siya. So sabi ko, pwede ba kayong pumunta dito? Sabi ko, pumunta sila. Tapos pagdating doon, pinagalitan din ako ng dad ko. Kasi, bakit mo tinanggap? Bakit ka umuo? Bakit ka sinasabi niya ganun? Yung dad ko kasi tough love siya. So, eventually, tinulungan ako ng parents ko. Yung mom ko, pinatulog niya ako sa set. Oh my God. Pinatulog niya ako sa set, tapos siya yung nag-facilitate ng isang buong shoot. Nung isang buong setup, pagising ko, nagawa na yung design ko. Tapos naka-decorate na siya. Tapos after that, umuwi ako, naligo ako. Bumalik ako ng set. Tapos after nun, sabi ko, nung natapos ko yung project na yun, sabi ko, may one major thing ako na natutunan for this project.
Paano hindi ma-fall?
Step 1, huwag kang tumitig sa kanya.
Kumain ka na.
Sinabi ng huwag eh.
Step 2, pag nagpapasama siya, sabihin mo busy ka.
Bulots!
Lo, akala ko ba busy ka?
Step 3, pigilan mong ngumiti pag napapatingin siya sa'yo. Uy, ano yun? Huwag kang ngumiti!
Marunong ka ba mag-CPR?
Call emergency services! Right away! Right away!
Step 4.
Step 4? Ano yun?
Bakit? Bawal ba ako maglambing sa best friend ko?
Sige na nga. Ma-full na nga lang.
Ang hirap.
I-assess ko muna bago ako mag-say yes. Not all projects know the process of how we work. So, kung kaya ko barilin, sasabihin ko na, magiging prangka ako. Kasi I think, nung time na yun, iniiwasan namin yung masabi yung no. Pag nasabi yung no, inefficient ka. May ganun akong feeling dati. So, after ang naging perspective ko, sasabihin ko lagi, hindi po kaya yan, hindi kaya yan ganito. Pwede bang ganito, tatawad ako, magbibigay ako ng solution whatsoever. Yun siya. Na, until now, I think siya yung reason why pag may dumadating na big project, uupo muna ako, i-assess ko kung kaya ba na utak ko to. Kaya ko ba to ganyan. Lagi ko siyang ina-assess kasi takot ako na hindi maging on time, pumalpak, or mag-breakdown na naman sa parking lot. Ganun siya. So yun, for me, yun yung major, nagpatibay talaga ng dibdib ko until now.
Importante yung iyak eh. Ano yung project mo na first na iniyakan mo?
Kay Chito Ronyo yun, favorite ko yun. I love Chito Ronyo, but parang I was, I guess, 19, 20. Plastic Man yun.
So that 30 years ago to?
84. So there was like an intergalactic council. So the goal is parang yung pinakamalaking planet. Si Gloria Romero pa yung parang Amidala-esque. Nauna pa ako sa Star Wars movie. I guess parang meron na akong McQueen syndrome na gusto ko ng avant-garde, di ba? Na hindi pa nagagawa sa national television yun. So, super tawag ako sa lahat ng mga designer friends that can, lend me clothes. So, the eager, rational, fine artist that I feel like I am. Super explain ng mga planet. Of course, may mga downfall, mga hindi mo nagagawa. Sabi ni Chito Ron, ikaw talaga wala kang modo dun sa mga Gloria Romero, ang tagal-tagal ng tatanda na yun, binalagyan mo pa ng mga brace na nakapagod siya na gano'n. Tapos parang ako, gusto ko lang naman paganda yun, intergalactic siya, di ba? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Drek, yan yung planet ng equilibrium, it sets the balance of eto, flora and fauna yan, Drek, bali ito naman yung ganyan. Yung dulo, hindi ko na siya masyado naisip. Ang ginawa ng art dep ko, binalutan ng Christmas lights yung buong katawan. Tapos inikot-ikot yung tissue dun sa So, mukha talaga siyang hindi mo siya. So, what about this? Sabi ko, ano yan, Direk? Parang planet siya ng insects. Tapos, parang hindi ko siya masyadong alam ko na, okay, babagsak ako dito.
Tapos alam niya na binubul mo siya?
Oo, alam niya na binubulit ko na siya. Tapos sabi niya, it looks stupid. It looks ridiculous. It actually looks like you. Tapos parang sabi ko, alam mo yung nanginginig yung dito ko, tapos pagtingin ko, yung buong prod, nakikinig pala. So lalo kang tapos parang naiyak ako nun, tapos sabi ko, sige ba direk, gagawan kong paraan. Tapos I learned, nakatulog ako sa ilalim ng clothes rack, pack up na, nang ginising ako ng wardrobe. Yung ganong depression na, and that was like me 3 days nang hindi natutulog, I was using my own money, lahat ng excuses to tell how hard it was. But I learned, ako lang yung ginanon ni Chito Ronyo ever. And that kind of like made me realize also na parang, I was rooting for you.
Yeah, he's trying to push you.
Sa isa lang na tissue paper, bumagsak ka doon. So parang sabi ko, looking back, you kind of realize, yung unang iyak mo was also a definitive of, like ngayon, I'm so particular with how you will not cry. Yan yung goal, parang iiyak ka dyan.
Dadaanan mo talaga yung definitive experience na...
But then the normal practitioners would say never again. I did not study. You would create a defense of your value. Di ba, the enemy of growth is comfort. So I was very comfortable dun sa idea na enough na yung I'm rationalizing, tawag natin, di ba, etchos your way through design.
Which we do a lot in meetings,
We do a lot, di ba? And if it makes sense to your directors, then well and good, di ba? But if it doesn't, it's really like how you share truth. Meaning yung definition ko, dapat definition din ng director mo. Kasi kung dinedefine mo lang, tapos hindi nag-agree yung director mo, then in-etchos mo lang siya.
Hindi ako umiyak sa first pero...
Bakit pa natin pinag-uusapan?
Hindi ako umiyak, hindi. Pero what I'm saying is, yung feeling na naramdaman mo will be the same. Kasi hindi ako PD nun, assistant pa lang ako nung pinagalitan ako. Involving the Brillante, Dante Mendoza. So first I was an assistant in our second commercial or third commercial ever. So bagong-bago, fresh ako dun sa trabaho ko. Tapos, we were shooting a Fita commercial. Meron dapat nameplate yung army na character namin. So, ako yung pina-research, ako pinatakbo sa krame, magpatahi ng costume, understand kung ano yung ilalagay dito, dapat tama, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, so, very confident na ako, nakabalik na ako doon. Oh, Direk, ito yung Sir Dante pala tawag sa kanya. Sir Dante, ito yung nakalagay dito, okay, sige, pinasuot na sa talent, tapos nag-shoot na. Hindi magaling yung talent. So, naka 19 takes kami noon. And then eventually, nag-okay na. Move on. So, move on na. That was the first shot of the day. And then usually sa commercials, of course, crew is there, but then the agency or the client would come in later. At around maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock siya kapapasok. So, imagine mo that whole morning, that was the only shot that they were trying to finish. And then we were already delayed. And now they're moving on to the next shot. Pagpasok ng client, tingin siya dun sa mali yung patches na placement. Dapat pag daw, baliktad daw. The one is on the other side, blah, blah, blah. So, tinawag si presidente ng ahensya. Si presidente ng ahensya, tinawag si Dante Mendoza. Dante, baliktad daw yung ganito, ganyan. So ako, wala akong mawang doon sa likod. Tapos sumulong, nakita ko sumusugod si Dante sa akin. Ben, mali daw yung patches na placement. Bakit gano'n? Siyempre, nanginig ako. Hindi sir, yun sinabi kasi sa akin, wait lang, i-confirm ko uli. So message ako doon sa isang friend ko na militar. Tama ba itong ginawa ko? Kasi nilagay ko yung something dito on the left breast instead of the right, blah, blah, blah. Hindi, mali yan. Ang tama is ganito. So, mali ako, tama sila. So, alam mo at that moment, parang lalamunin ako ng gusto ko mawala sa mundo na mag-disappear na Kasi nasira ko yung buong advertising industry. Ganun yung feeling ko. As in like, mawawala na ng trabaho lahat
Tsaka damay
ng tao
magulang
doon.
mo. Sama
Diba?
sila sa lupa.
Pati ancestors ko, parang shame, di ba? Shame to the country. Ganun yung feeling ko. So, sabi ko, pero despite that, parang meron akong pa rin na babalik dun kay Dante. Sabi ko, sir, tama, mali siya. Tapos, pero by then, a few minutes has passed, nag-usap-usap na dun sa taas. Sabi ko, gumano na siya sa akin. Hindi, okay na. Sinadya siya kasi para hindi siya gayang-gaya sa militar na costume, ganyan-ganyan. So, na-rationalize a little to the client. Samantalang ako, parang nilamon na ako. Parang I put shame na to my ancestors, di ba? So, that was that feeling I never forgot. Parang I should never go through this again. So, yun yung hawak-hawak ko na before I put anything on screen, dapat i-fix ko. The other one was Masahista, my first film. So, Dante is now director of his first movie. I was the PD of that movie. Si Coco Martin was supposed to open a box and then find a wallet ng tatay niya. And then when he opens, there's these 3 pieces of yung trinace na paa nung 80s. Kasi yun yung dadalhin sa Cubao dahil bibilan ng sapatos. Ganyan. So, hawak-hawak kunyari ng tatay for so many years and now he's dead. And then this is when Coco Martin is supposed to break down and cry dahil iniyakan na yung tatay niya and all of that. So, pag ganun, syempre, prepare na namin yun. Pero dahil sa script, ang sinabi doon na he pulls out these 3 pieces, yun lang yung laman ng wallet. Walang laman ng bills, walang resibo, walang barya, walang ID, walang anything. Kasi ang sinulat sa script, nilabas niya ang wallet, tapos even yung shoebox na yun, yung wallet lang yung laman. Kasi sa script, shoebox, wallet, 3 pieces of paper. So sabi nila, ano to? Walang history, walang aging, walang texture, walang ganyan. Walang na. Tapos, syempre hindi pa kami nag-roll. So I can still fix it. Sige, habulin ko ganyan. Kaso pag ganun ko, yung friend ko na hinire na mag-BTS, binivideo ako. Tapos yun yung nakita sa BTS ng Masahista. So parang, shit, nalaman nila lahat the world na ito yung hindi ko nagawa as a designer.
Shame na naman yung
so,
family mo.
Shame na naman yung ancestors ko. Shame on my horse, on my cow. Diba?
Kaya pala ikaw lang yung padero na kilala ko.
3 Diaz din ako. So yun yung ko. I learned to be proactive with things. I always pre-plan. You can call it overthinking, pero hindi naman ata. So, pre-plan everything na before mangyari yung problema, A, B, C, D, E. meron akong solution for it.
Solution ka.
So babalik tayo sa problem solving.
Pero ano din siya di ba? Sometimes you realize all these problems, hindi ko siya kasalanan. Like for example, that council, na-realize ko sometimes directors do that kasi hindi niya pwedeng awayan yung producer niya.
Yeah.
So parang yung people around them, yung parang, shoot natin to. Di ba sinabi ko sa'yo, hindi ko kaya to ng isang araw? Parang accessory to the crime ka lang.
Props lang pala tayo.
Akala mo ikaw yung bida sa pelikula, cameo ka lang dito. So parang you also realize na parang the industry is fixing, they're all fixing themselves along the way.
Yeah.
Pero sila rin may traumas about, parang nakita ko yun yung mga director and producers would fight on scenes. So, sinabi ko na yun sa'yo. Sinabi ko sa'yo, kailangan ko ng more than one day. Ayan yung mangyayari. So tayo yung parang... Pero parang, I think hindi na yun nangyayari as much.
Hindi na
ngayon,
nangyayari.
diba?
Kasi
Which is
mas
great.
planado na lang siguro yung mga tao.
Sa generation niya.
Diba? Thank you,
But I think one great thing din about considering yung konsepto nga saan tayo umiyak is yung fact na I've never felt so close to a lot of the people I worked with back then. Kasi normally nun, isa lang kaaway yung lahat, yung director. Tapos lahat kayo magkakampi-kampi. I remember nung sa Emir, yung may nawawala kaming, may baby na shoot namin sa Morocco. Tapos yung next scene, as in yung reverse, Manila. So syempre may lapse of days bago, wala pa naman kaming konsepto ng custodian na taga salangsang nung gamit para walang mawala. Nung magsushoot na hinahanap yung pambalot ng baby, nawawala yung tela. So yung idea nung nakikita namin magagalit yung direct, magwawala, may mamamatay, may dugo. Ganun namin naisip lahat.
Yung fear mo na parang, tapos tayo ka agad
Tapos yung mga, di ba, motivation mo, kaya mo to, ha? Kaya mo to. Na parang, gera ba to? Di ba? And then, alam mo, yun yung time I remember si Lorna, sila Neil. Si Neil, binaba niya yung ilaw niya ulit, di ba? Si Lorna, magre-rehearsal muna ako direct, hindi pa to ready. Ganon. Have to buy us more time to find
it.
So si Joe na nun, hanap ng tela. Tapos yung print kasi niya yung parang may mga drawing ng bata. Kasi nursery na baby blue na may drawing ng bata. Kumuha yung art dep ko ng pentel pen na hindi na gumagana. Tapos nilulublob namin sa Zonrox. Tapos nagdo-drawing kami para mag-fade off. Tapos tsaka yung binalot. 5, 4, photo finish. Ay, Diyos ko Lord. Tapos siyempre yung director hindi maalis ng tent, diba? So parang okay na kami. Tapos ang appreciation ko doon is you understand, it's never going to be polished. It's never going, pero yung community is what sets it.
Tulungan lang.
I learned, and I'm not saying that pangit, pero ngayon, mas marami ka ng kaaway at na-realize mo yung kaaway mo, kakampi mo, akala mo.
Yeah.
Mas political na yung landscape ngayon na dati ang kalaban nyo lang isa. Tapos kailangan mo lang magdala ng shield.
Yun nga ni nawala ngayon. Kasi dati parang, if you come here, kalaban mo sila lahat, pero dapat kakampi mo sila. So, I learned to be friends with people in the set. There was a time we were working with this commercial also. Australian na director sa commercial, tapos Australian din yung PD namin. Yung PD namin, siya lang naman yung isa sa mga set designers ng Moulin Rouge. So siya yung PD namin dito. Background niya parang, syempre, gaganon ako, I will learn everything I can from you. Tapos, we had this prop na bell. Kasi ang gusto ng director, pag kinuha yung bell, ring, 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 pop, dadaan sa camera, tapos magsaswipe. So, we tried to find the biggest bell we could na brass. And we had it. So, parang, eto na yung bell. Sige, approve na, ganda. Gusto ng director, gusto ng PD, ganyan. Kaso, mag-shoot na nawawala. Kami nila Harley, parang sana yung bell, Harley? So, ganyan. Si Danilo pa and all, hinahanap namin yung bell. Hindi namin mahanap. Ang naiwan na bell na mahanap namin, yung pang classroom na bell na maliit na ganyan. Pero painted na yun na gold prior. Kasi nga, pag commercial, di ba marami kang option. Kung sabihin mo bell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, tapos pipili yung director. But of course, dun siya sa pinakamaganda, pinakamahal at malaki. Pero nawawala yun. Anong gagawin natin? Nagkagulo na kami, hinalungkat na lahat. Wala akong choice. Punta ako doon sa PD ko kay sabi ko, sorry, we lost the bell. So I had to be honest. And this is what I learned, very powerful in production. You just have to be honest. Nawawala, ito yung nangyayari, ito lang yung option natin, ito lang yung bell existing now sa atin. Tapos tinignan niya, and then without any reaction, okay, sige, pwede na to. Tapos binigay niya dun sa director niya, tapos yung director niya, nawawala yung bell? Okay, sige, so ito yung gagamitin natin. Oh, sige, roll na! walang emosyon sila. Pero kami parang nagkagulo na sa Quiapo nung ano. Sabi ko, bakit ang bilis nilang mag-react?
Narinig ka ba nung, hala ka?
Ang Pinoy pa, huy, bakit? Ganyan-ganyan. Tapos inaway mo na lahat ng setman kasi nawawala na. Tapos sila parang, okay. Oh, sabi niya kay Cheche, yung director, parang, eto lang yung bell natin. Sige. Sinut niya, walang emosyon. Pero, I mean, and then it came out, okay naman din. Of course, it would have been better if it was the correct bell. So, yun yung ano ko. That's how I react now.
I
Parang,
super agree.
hindi ako mag-invest ng emotion dun sa mga problema.
Tsaka, alam mo, parang isa rin yan, actually maganda rin na nakaka-work ka ng ibang nationalities. Kasi nga parang narealize mo gaano ka-OA yung mga Pinoy.
As a third world, emotional tayo.
Sobrang emotional tayo.
Too much.
Nagsisimula siya sa nanay ko.
At sa lola mo.
Sa magulang mo. Tapos dinadala mo siya sa shoot, di ba? Diba, ang Pinoy, ayaw natin dumiretso. Lagi tayong
May pasakali.
Avoiding conflict
So
kasi
parang
tayo
ang
palagi sa
na-learn,
people.
nagalit yung isang Amerikanong director na ka-work ko nun. Sabi niya, why can't you just give me the answer straightforward so I can move on with my life? So parang ako, tinanong, ano ba nangyari? Tinanong ko, sabi niya, tinanong ko ilang minutes yung props. Ang sabi nung setman ko, coming na direct.
Or
Sabi niya, yeah, but how long? It's on its way. And then I learned we never want to give straightforward answers. And then it's
Totoo
not
yun.
because
Totoo
it's
yan.
wrong, it's because that's
Culturally,
our way.
that's how we-
Culturally, ganun tayo magrespeto. I don't want to break it to you hard, but di ka na niya mahal. Diba? Parang, okay lang yan, mabait ka naman eh. Di ba? Parang ang dami nating, we don't, like, sabi ko, that explains kung bakit pag nanonood ako ng mga American shows, tapos naiiyak sila, ang sasabihin nila, I'm sorry, tapos ikakat nila yung emotion, di ba? Tayo parang, di ba? Sabi ko, parang sobrang importante sa atin yung emosyon, kasi pag na-out mo na yan, magpa-function na tayo.
Kasi even yung tinuruan ko ni Dante, kami ni Harley, alam namin yan, pag commercial, na pag tinanong nila, ibigay mo yung tamang sagot. So parang, how many minutes? 2 hours. Okay. Parang, ay, hindi pala problema ang pagsabi ng
Kasi
totoo.
pag tayo hours,
Oo,
ang
parang,
kapal na mukha mo.
pero sa kanila, hanap tayo ng ibang eksena.
Magagalitan
Di ba?
O, tsaka company call.
Pero still, ginagawa pa rin. Pag Pinoy yung kausap ko, parang
Iba eh.
iba yung
Totally
dynamics ko
different
pag
eh.
Pinoy yung kausap ko, pero pag foreigner kausap ko, parang isasabihin ko sa, ay, hindi pwede.
I mean, you also come to realize, di ba, parang pupunta ka ng SM, may tanong ka, or parang sa any mall, miss, may blue ka rin ito, sasabihin sa'yo,
Wala.
parang ako,
Maghanap ka!
ano to? Yung ganun, yung pag ginaganon mo sila, so parang hindi ko ganun din siya sa work. Pag sa design, parang kailangan mo i-detach yung sarili mo, which means, kung ikaw nag-design, ikaw yung nasa set, emotional ka dun sa ginawa mo.
Yes.
Yung mga art directors mo, wala, sabi ni sir, ito daw eh. It actually translates more, di ba? But parang feeling ko yung emosyon natin, minsan pag pinapabago ng director, iyaan mo siya, bigay mo sa kanya lahat ng gusto niya. Yung emotional ka eh, di ba, no? Yung parang, hindi na daw kailangan yung ganong sofa. O, di kayo bumili. Pero parang in reality, hindi lang siya kailangan, di ba? Parang yung nag-change kasi
Nakapag-let
lahat
go ka
eh.
na.
Oo eh, kailangan mag-let go eh.
A question siguro would be, nanggaling tayo sa earlier generation, I guess, of we only have outlets of theater or TV for things. Pero ngayon may streaming platforms na, may VMX na, may YouTube even. So, did our work change?
It definitely did. I think pumasok yung craft natin in an industry of parang, ano na eh. I mean, sandaling panahon lang yung gumagawa ng film for, eternity. Pero yung bilis na vending machine, was really like the hardest task. Kasi parang the things that you actually learn today is not needed tomorrow. So parang yung competition natin is actually finding our purpose. Kasi little by little with AI, diba? It's just like slightly parang, kailangan niya pa ba ako, diba? But, and that's the same feeling that you get when all of these parang films, there's just so many content. But for me, at least for me, I don't get as much project as I was getting when I was younger.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like weird. Kasi parang, why? And then I kind of realized, and not to diss the new generation coming in, parang pataas ng pataas yung demand, pero pababa ng pababa yung quality. And I'm not saying I'm quality, but I'm saying people would prefer to get people who don't know what they're doing. rather than the ones who will make things faster. So hindi siya apples to apples na mabilis yung pag-produce so that we need to sustain quality and time.
Yeah.
Kasi the budget is the budget is difficult and time is of the essence. Pero parang generally yun yung challenge. Parang how do we get work? Basically nawawalan tayo ng work the way yung, diba, we couldn't maintain the people that we have now anymore as much.
Parang weird na
Bumababa yung
kung
demand.
kailan tumataas dapat yung mga budgets also. Bumababa yung budget.
Pero mas dumadami rin kasi yung practitioners, which is good.
Which is good. Pero
Walang acknowledgement dun sa parang what's appropriate for the project. Sa kanila, whoever is available will be taken. And the industry is treating our parang competency at a very transactional rate. Tipong whoever is free. So parang, yeah, I need money, I'll get that. Pero the ones who kind of like want to innovate, improve the system, make it look better, it's sad na parang we're getting more opportunities outside because they're looking for that parang grit and season. I guess it's different from his perspective. But for me, yun, parang mas mahirap mag-navigate kasi I guess hindi ko rin kasi gustong pagsabay-sabayin.
I never tried to do that.
I did, but not like sobrang promising. The second project knows I am doing something,
Yeah.
but I can delegate my team. Hindi essentially tama kasi parang you have to stay focused on
Yeah.
what you're doing. So parang to me, para siyang di ba? Parang anong value mo dun sa industry kung hindi mo to masustain in what you're there for? And essentially parang the demand is not design. It's who can do
Who
it.
can provide.
Yeah.
Who
You
can
can
just really
provide na
provide.
parang naglalabas lang na.
Which is, I think, what we're fighting for. Na parang feeling ko, you have to look at us more than just provision.
Kasi otherwise, hindi kumuha na lang sila ng art director.
Or
Kasi,
Or call your mother.
maglalabas ka lang ng ano.
Or purchaser. Uy, kunin ko yung number ng nanay mo.
Pero ikaw, different perspective because you came in at a later time than when it was just film and ano, technically.
Actually, I would agree with what you said a while ago. Kasi, syempre nung starting ako, generally, maliit naman yung budget na i-allot for me. Kasi sino ba ako, di ba? And then eventually, I think...
Well, nanay mo, interior designer.
Yung tatay mo, architect.
Tatay mo, architect.
Yung
Yung
lolo
lolo
niya,
mo.
national artist of the Philippines.
So,
For painting.
tawag dito, dumating sa point na maraming productions ngayon, naalala ko na parang, I think naabutan ko yung time na meron ka lang 3 big production companies na napapasukan dito eh. Pero ngayon madami nang lumalabas. Pero generally, while madaming projects, yung budget nila sobrang liit lahat. To the point na minsan iniisip ko, pahihirapan ko lang ba yung sarili ko with this one? Or kailangan ko ba dahil wala akong pera? Ganun siya. Hindi ko rin kayang magsabay-sabay ng maraming project. Siguro kung ang compounding nila ay pre-prod, tapos nasa shoot stage ng isa, tapos nagpe-pre-prod yung kabila, okay lang. Pero yung sabay na shoot, hindi ko siya kaya din. Ito din napansin ko with my generation. Parang yung workers that you guys got, they're relatively more skilled. Pag may mga projects ako na complicated, I'm hiring people who are older than me, who knows better than me. Ganun siyang level na hindi ko necessarily nahahanap immediately with the people I'm currently working. Kasi merong, let's say for example, may art dep na ito lang yung kaya niya. But yung isang art dep na older than me, kaya nang gawin yung 3 bagay ng sabay-sabay. So generally, mas kailangan ko siyang bayaran na mas mahal if I get them. But the budget that I have right now is relatively smaller. So, kung ikukumpara ko with other projects, saan siya mag-benefit sa akin? Sa dami ng ma-offer ko, pero madaming maliliit. Ganun siya. So, it's changing. May positive side, I would say, because you have EGL. But yung may negative side din, which is, I really think this is a government support thing that we should
Kasi parang yung chain nung habitat, hindi 'di ba, parang may pool of parang workers, may technology kung paano tayo tinutulungan with our practice, and there's the resources. The resources are coming from you, me, and like, meron ka bang ganito? Whereas there's, pag kailangan mo ng vintage, punta ka dito. Pag kailangan mo ng mga lumang ganyan, so parang may isang chain na one-stop shop, which in Hollywood, di ba, like,
Merong mga prop houses.
ngayon nga,
and
it's
all
like
of them.
really just one. Parang
At
if
in
you
SM,
notice,
Parang may
like,
formula ka lang.
bakit hindi Oscars or bakit hindi nananalo ng mga malalaking awards yung mga high fantasy movies all the time? Kasi alam ng industry na, tinext mo lang yan eh. Alam mo kinuha mo yan. So parang sa atin,
Supplier lang
ang galing, di ba? Pero supplier lang sa kanila yon. Dito, ang pelikula, lahat from scratch.
From scratch.
So lahat mga Amerikano or foreign na nagpupunta dito, na nami-meet namin, lokang-loka sila na sinosource namin lahat nung nakikita mo on
Everything.
screen kasi wala kaming pagkukunan.
And wala siyang pagkalagyan after.
And nagugulat din sila na kaya natin in a week. Kasi if alam nila na it was fabricated, it takes also months for them to fabricate something and then we do it in a week. Pero walang tulog mga tao, lahat nakaganon. Para hindi... Ay, wala akong sinasabi.
I'm sorry, what was...
Well, we were talking
What
about
was that?
the streaming, diba? So, the good thing, I guess, with now also is because there's so many outlets, it's not just the streaming platforms that coming. There's also co-productions that's happening here dito sa atin. Then there's an influx of new ideas sa atin that we're learning from with systems from outside the Philippines.
Pero walang standard eh.
Yes.
Oh, pero we're trying to understand what our standard is, and which is what
Exactly.
is always the talk with the guilds, with our members in the guild. So what did you learn from this? What did you learn from that?
Magiging meeting
And then now we're just trying to understand. Okay, this is how the Philippines.
Yeah, and kasi if we
Should be
take our
running.
learnings from what we've done, that it's like you saying, I want the world to follow me. When in reality, there has to have this economy of people
Yes.
talking.
Kasi hindi rin
Ano yung
pwedeng
nag-work?
i-apply kasi si Hollywood system here. Collapse ang walang na magpipelikula, ang mahal lahat. Pero
Right.
we're just trying to understand what is working there, see if it applies here, mga ganon. And that's great with the co-production work.
And I've seen miracles of how Filipino gets to do things.
When you believe.
Correct. Correct. Exactly, because of emotions yung pinakamataas natin. And I've seen that being utilized to shoots that are impossible. Scenes na almost impossible. Doon ko nakita yung, this is what bayanihan means. Yung parang,
Magtutulungan talaga.
Magtutulungan yan.
gago yan. Sige, ayusin natin. Diba? And to me, enough motivation na yun sa Pilipino, di ba?
But
Na when we think, of course, motivation din naman yung dodoblehin ko yung TF mo. Pero parang feeling ko, nung nakita ko yun, that needs to be transcribed. Kasi we all have that. And that's something I think na parang maloloka ang any global practice.
Oh,
Kasi wala
international
silang
pro.
ganon, di ba? Ang common line nila, di ba? That's not part of my job. Subukan mong gawin yun dito, makukutusan ka, di ba? Parang hindi tayo ganun eh. Like, we're always there to help. So, parang feeling ko, ang hirap kasi ang pinakamataas na demand doon sa economy nga, workforce. Pero hindi required yung quality, hindi required yung technology or yung resources. So parang hindi siya sustainable. And I guess to summarize your question, I mean to your statement, if we were saying like we're trying to hold the line, how's the industry now? Like kung questioning before and now, kamusta yung design industry natin for you?
I think yung pinaka nagbago lang naman is how people treat people, I would say. Siguro mas structured kasi na-experience ko din yung less structured era in a way. When it comes to budgeting talaga, I would say hindi siya necessarily nag-improve. Let's face the fact na hindi na rin sinehan ang pinakakakitaan natin. So yung revenue hindi siya ganun kalaki. Let's say kapag streaming, babanggitin sa amin immediately na ano lang to ha, hindi to cinema ha. So ibig sabihin, maliit yung budget. I-adjust mo na according
Which has been normalized.
So ngayon, I think a lot of the production designers within my generation na nagiging case is nagko-compound ng projects. Kunin natin yung ABC projects na ito. May cases ang gagawin nila, paiikutin yung mga budget with each other. And when I say paiikutin yung budget, baka may same props na magagamit dito na gamitin natin dito, gamitin natin dito. I-utilize natin yung isang purchaser from this project, tumatawid siya sa kabilang project. May mga ganong cases. So it's not necessarily a good thing. Diba? You're just devising a new method or a new type of system for it to work.
Do you feel like we've been working smart since at least the earlier generation na? Pero feeling ko that's something that you're saying that hasn't changed. We always just work hard. Ikaw, in your generation, what do you see could have been like a great access to change?
Okay, ako I think ang number one skill kasi ng most production designers is not just creating the design inside the film, but actually creating a system. So, for one thing, lahat tayo, meron tayong sarili nating system pag nagpapalakad tayo ng art department. Yung change na kailangan mangyari is an accommodation from the government already. In the sense that they need to see our purpose and how it plays to the country. Kasi I think right now with the EGL, with the systems that we have or the budget caps that we have right now, we're working on a bubble. Yung dulo nun, yung nung bubble is just the department heads, the film workers debating with the producers kasi ito lang naman din talaga yung kaya ng budget nila. But yung nasa dulo nun ay yung gobyerno actually. I think everyone else should also trust us on our systems and how it should improve. Basically, paano siya mag-i-improve if we... Kasi I think a lot of young designers, even younger than me, I would say, they say yes to a lot of things. So, because maybe you can't provide it, I can't provide it, someone else will say yes. So, the change will never happen. But if people would be firm about it na, okay, this is really the budget that we need, or I think the project is too big, kailangan natin adjust or whatsoever. Maybe we need more financing. Kailangan lumaki yung bubble na yun that is restraining everyone else. That's how I see it. So, at kung gusto natin makagawa ng magandang pelikula, yung barriers natin, hindi lang tayo dapat yung nag-iisip, but yung nag-set ng playground, which is the government. Yun siya. So, I think everyone should be moving that bubble to the, making it bigger. That's how I see it.
Taray man. Yung idagdag ko doon, I guess, yes, kailangan natin ng government support. But what we also need a lot more of is like awareness of our jobs and making people understand. So then I go to grassroots education. So malaking bagay as a designer, naiintindihan natin what we do as a designer, and then if people don't understand kasi what production design is, when we talk to students, if it's film, all they want to do is become a director or a writer or a cinematographer. I never met anybody who said na I want to be a production designer because it's not necessarily talked about. We try to, alam mo mga diva yung mga PD, pero we live in the fact na our design should be so normal to a film world. When you watch a movie, na-absorb mo na lang siya, hindi mo na siya papansinin. And if hindi mo napansin yung design namin, we're successful. Hindi napansin si PD. Whereas the other aspect siguro in a film is kailangan mo siya pansinin. Yun yung nagiging downfall minsan siguro ng industry namin because we become invisible also because we're successful when we're invisible. But to develop these solutions to our concerns is making it aware that design is this, production design is that, film design, schools talaga, or being teachers, being talked about, having platforms like this where we discuss our concerns. Kasi it's not just about filmmaking. Of course, lahat tayo may BTS stories. Pero the solutions to this is getting people to understand better what design is for film. And then we entice everybody to fix also that if there are problems. Hindi lang film industry as a general, pero yun. I thank you.
I actually agree with both of them, but siguro na-wrap up ko, parang nare-realize ko yung how forward Iro is thinking knowing siya yung mas contemporary.
Yeah.
Like, how I'm more of like just the now.
Ba't naman ganun?
No, it's because parang I guess I've tried more ways, and then you realize you can't stop. You just have to keep figuring out. Then basically, let's say, what if those things, I'm not saying it's wrong, but what if these things won't happen, then is it like there's no solution? And I feel if Basta or any talking film platform will invite any filmmaker, there's no one person that would say no. And that's because people will solve problems when the demand is so bad. It's, to us mas bad pa yung selling the tickets than the sustainability of design. So I feel we are in a generation where it speaks of nowness, which means we need to normalize what we believe in. And I feel itong talk na to, nino-normalize natin yung pag-uusap ng hindi, ganun talaga nun. Which I don't know what happened before me, diba? So wala tayong culture of memory. So I feel if we're going to just keep working on more platforms to talk about what we do, then maybe the government will acknowledge that this is what we need to do. Maybe education will find what's a better way and who to take it from. Because I feel only thing that we can do is to ourselves. And I feel ang bottom line din nito is that design is never really about our service. It's really about, we like doing it. I don't really care if I get paid or it becomes a job, but the real design is really the sustainability in it. And kung maraming practitioners practice, not because of its parang totality of the whole ecosystem of it, but because there's a demand for creation, then I guess we just have to keep talking about it. And there's demand for it. So I feel generally, yun yung wala. And it starts with us, na parang, how do we even believe that what I like is something that the world needs?
Thank you guys. Ang sabi na, kahit na dito yan nakalagay, it's still the fresh cup kasi in-approve na namin. Naku, nagdagdag.
Ako nga pala, nag-apply ako kay Digo Riso as an apprentice.
Ano nangyari yun? 2 years pa lang ako sa industry.
So nag-message ako sa Facebook, sabi ko, nakita ko ng post siya sa Benito.
Facebook o Friendster pa to?
Multiply!
So ano siya, naghahanap siya ng art director, I think, for wall nga ata yun eh. Yung freelancing.
Ay! Grabe, may bubog talaga siya, no?
Explain mo naman yung totoo.
Hindi nga na
Hindi kasi naka-hide yung mga hindi ko kakilala. So hindi ko pa na... Tapos
gusto
nalaman
sa
ko yun, magka-guild na kami.
After so many
Tapos
years.
pagtingin ko, may message ako 2006. Sabi ko, sorry.
2006, hindi naman
16.
2016.
Kasi ganun.